Scouts of America. Now we're going to do our presentation of colors, so please stand.
Attention, color guard advance. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On my honor,
I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
a scout is trustworthy,
Loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
color guard dismissed. Audience may be seated.
We're now going to take the Eagle Scout charge and a candle lighting ceremony. Candle 1. The foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. He knows that a scout is trustworthy. He knows that a scout is trustworthy is the first point of the Scout law for a good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not only because of honor is important to him, but because the vital significance of the example he sets for other scouts. Living honorably reflects credit upon his home, his church, his troop, and his community. May the white of your badge remind you to live with honor. Candle 2. The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. Without loyalty, all character lacks direction. An Eagle is loyal to his ideals, to his family, his friends, his troop, and his nation. May the blue of your badge remind you to remain loyal. Candle 3. The third obligation of an Eagle Scout is courage. Courage gives you all character, force, and strength. With trust in God and faith in his fellow man, he faces each day unafraid and seeks his share of the world's work. May the red of your badge remind you of courage. Candle 4. The fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who will still toil up scouting's trail, just as others helped him in his climb to the Eagle. The performance of the daily good turn takes a new meaning when he enters a more adult life of continuing service. The Eagle stands as a protector of the weak and helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and oppressed. He upholds the right of others while defending his own. He will always be prepared, but put forth his best. handle 5. Finally, as an Eagle Scout, you are expected to set an example for others to follow. Your actions, words, and deeds should always reflect the highest ideals of Scouting. This responsibility extends beyond the badges you wear. It is a lifelong commitment to leadership and service. You deserve much credit for having achieved Scouting's highest rank. Wear your award with humility and always lend a helping hand to those who follow after you. Sebastian. An Eagle Scout pledge. An Eagle Scout candidate will now take the Eagle Scout pledge. As the candidate takes his pledge for the first time, will those Eagle Scouts who are present in the audience please stand and reaffirm your pledge? Will each of you please give the Scout sign and repeat after me in unison? On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to my country. I reaffirm my allegiance to these 3 promises of the Scout Oath. I hopefully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example and make my rank and influence strongly count for better scouting and for better citizenship in my troop, in my community, and in my contact with other people, regardless of race, color, or creed. To this I pledge my sacred honor. The Eagle Scouts in the audience will now be seated. I charge you to enter to this Eagle Scout Brotherhood holding ever before you, without reservation, the ideals of honor and service. By repeating the Eagle Scout pledge before your fellow members, you have become an Eagle Scout. Through the words you used just now are similar to those by which you joined Scouting. Today they mean more than you ever could have meant in that time, or at any time in the past. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, using the same words which are found at the end of the Declaration of Independence, you sealed your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout. As your Scoutmaster, and by the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to announce you an Eagle Scout. May the oath you have taken remain true in your heart. Ladies and gentlemen, and Scouts and Scouters, I present you Eagle Scout Sebastian Steele.
A little nervous, but I'll try. I'm deeply honored to receive this badge. I would like to thank the Wheeling Health Department for allowing me to undertake my Eagles project, Brian East and Belmont College for providing an indoor needle disposal box, Belmore, Jamie, and Chris for allowing me to sell meat sticks on multiple occasions, Myers Powder Coating for assisting in painting the indoor needle disposal box, and Valley Cheese for their generous donation. Special thanks to my scout moms, Patty Morgan, who was my first leader, and Angel Neal and Carrie Schubert for their guidance. Thank you to my scout leaders, Brian and Jamie, and to Lori for always guiding me. I would also like to show my gratitude to my family, my dad, my mom, my grandparents, and my entire family for their unwavering support. My fellow scouts over the years for their friendship and laughs. Lastly, a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has supported me on this journey. Thank you all very much.
The support of family is crucial in any scouting journey. We would like to recognize Sebastian's family for their encouragement, guidance, and support. Thank you for helping him achieve this remarkable milestone.
The pinning ceremony is a tradition where the new Eagle Scout honors those who have supported him. Parents, Scott and Alicia, will receive the Eagle Parent Pin as a token of gratitude. At this time, mentor pins will be presented to Brian Garlock, Jamie Judge, Patty Morgan, and Lori Abraham. Please come.
First blood, sorry.
That's all right.
Whatever you gotta do, buddy.
I hear he bleeds well, so we better step back.
Okay. That might not be worth it.
We're tricky that way.
Just push it through and I'll get the back. Okay. I got it. Thank you.
It's pretty thin, so. Definitely. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Your name?
I'm not quite sure anymore.
All right.
All right, you want to do it on this? That'd be
Sure.
easier. Would that be safer?
Yeah, probably. We'll try it second try after. Then.
Yeah, I need a hug too, I'm sorry. Well, get in here, Brian, come on.
Okay, so Sebastian thought he was gonna get lucky and me not give everybody the privilege to come up and tell a story, but he's not that lucky. So I'm gonna start. So me and Sebastian have been in scouting since I don't know, whatever rank we started at. But my favorite memory is our first camp out. That was a week long. I don't know if either of us really wanted to be there. Pretty sure it was both of our first times away from our parents for that long. The first night we got there, we thought we were going to be big boys and sleep in the tents they provide. These tents don't actually close, and they have no actual floor. So you can just imagine the amount of bugs in those. We probably used a whole can of bug spray in that tent. We still didn't sleep in it. It was probably 10 o'clock at night, and we had Brian set up his quick tent for us because we weren't doing that. I don't think we slept a single day in those, and every year we went there. That camp out was also the first time that we realized we were all teenage boys, because Sebastian here showered one day out of 7, and it was the days we made him because his parents were coming. You could definitely tell, and I'm pretty sure every year after that we forced him to shower every day, especially me, because I'm pretty sure we bunked together every year. And so as we got older, I was like, yeah, we got to shower, man. And so that's probably my favorite memory. I'm sorry to embarrass you, buddy. I had to. So if anyone else has any memories they would like to share, you can come up as well. Anyone? Scouts?
I'll share one.
Parents?
Sure.
You can't get any embarrassing than mine. It's okay.
No. This is a good one that really made me proud when he was very young. But we went to one of the assisted living facilities to help some people play bingo. And they just loved the kids being there. They loved the scouts being there. They really lit up. They would win candy, and then they would give it to the scouts.
Best part was the candy.
Yeah, and I just remember leaving, and we're walking out. I don't know how old you guys were then, but you were pretty young. And Sebastian looked up to me with all sincerity and said, "Dad, this is the best thing we've ever done at Scouts." And I just felt an enormous amount of pride that he enjoyed these elderly people and had empathy for them and just genuinely had a good time helping people. So that is what Scouting gave to him early on. It's what has been imprinted on his soul, I believe, as he's grown up and become older. And I see that empathy in him, and I see other people recognize that empathy in him. So I'm very proud of him. Thank you.
Anyone else?
So, I don't have a specific memory because there are so many of them. But I do remember when you coming in, you came in as a bear, 3rd grade. And had come from Flushing, because Flushing's packet closed. Flushing's packet closed, you know, and Mom was all excited to bring you, Dad, not so much. And just the opportunity to, like, you were very timid, very shy, but you always gave your best effort in everything that you did. You know, I don't know if you guys ever had a dry camp out. So it was either wet, snowing, or really cold. Yeah, lots of rain all the time. I mean, but always been so proud of you.
Anyone else?
Well, let's see, participation from over there. I remember, I think it might have been the first camp. Remember somebody taking a bunch of badges that he didn't have to go very far in camp? And we were literally across the road from it. And every one that he took, he just had to walk across. He never had to go anywhere else in camp. Remember that one? And then, what was his favorite food?
Oreos.
Couldn't get him to eat a whole lot of other stuff. But, those are a couple of things I remember.
of the other scouts? Nothing? Okay.
Okay.
Not gonna pull that chair back out.
Now this ain't gonna take long, but out of all the years that I worked at the camp, I never once saw you set foot out on my ranges. I had to roast you for that one. One thing I do have to say is you have come a long way from when you started in the troop. The one thing that I always liked about 66 was, even having come up through the troop, we were always very much what you see is what you get. We were the most ragtag group, but we made everything work. And I'm actually really happy to see that that part hasn't changed.
It's probably gotten worse.
That's not always
You
a bad.
see all of us.
That's not always a bad thing. This, I always thought, was the place for those that just wanted something different. And I've watched you go from, I don't even remember how tall you were, but to now, and you've really come a long way. I also have to say, just out there, how many Eagles from 66 are here? Show of hands. Okay, perfect. How many of you guys built benches for your Eagle project? Show of hands.
Yeah, Wesley, get your hand up.
1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for not building a bench.
Just the bench.
Someone had to break the cycle.
Is it sitting by a park bench though?
We don't need to talk about it.
There's always a bench involved.
There always has to be a bench involved.
Does anyone else have anything to say?
Oh.
You thought we were bad.
You gotta stand up though. You need a face there, and I need you to lift up your hair a little bit. I learned the hard way that Sebastian's a very forgiving person. 'Cause which eyebrow is it that one?
Is it?
So when we were younger, we were down in the basement, okay? I had a yoga ball, and he had this little toy gun. He's looking around, and I thought it was funny to take that and just go to his face, you know, because what else do kids do? And then his eyebrows split apart, and I remember I was crying and crying. I think I even cried to my mom. I was like, I'm going to little kid jail. And he was upstairs, and he's wiping his eyebrow. I remember my mom came downstairs, and because I was bawling my eyes out, and she was like, Sebastian's not mad at you. He forgives you. He knows you made a mistake. And then he had to go to the doctor's and get his eyebrow glued back together. So I'm sure he was a little mad, but then he forgave me. And throughout the years, I probably did a lot of stuff to you that you had to forgive me for, huh?
Probably.
Yeah.
I do. My favorite thing about that story when you hit me in the eyebrow is the only thing I really viscerally remember is walking up the steps crying, and every tear was blood.
Those, we finished our basement, but those did stain for a little bit. So every time I walked up the stairs, it was like piece of Sebastian all the way up. But every single time I saw those splatters of blood of Sebastian, I just thought, he is so forgiving. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Do you still forgive me?
Sure. Young, I don't know.
Like 4 or 5.
Well, if that's everyone, Sebastian, you can do your gifts and any remarks you may have.
You can give a rebuttal of anything that's been said.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. Everyone in this room has in some way contributed to me getting here. And I'd just like to thank all of you for that. Thank you very much. I might need help with the organization of these. Do we want to do it in a certain order, or we can?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. So I know these two, I believe, are for the grandparents. They're identical, so no one would get jealous.
Wow, that makes such a wonderful picture.
This one is for Brian. You don't have to make the trip. And these are for Lori and Patty. And Tabby, or I mean Lori. Great. And then I believe we have one last one here.
That's Howard.
Oh, this was Howard's, but we'll deliver it to him on a later date.
Do you want to tell me what your project was?
A needle disposal box I created. We put it in, I think, Heritage Port. What? Not Heritage Port. What was the name of it?
Catholic Charity.
Catholic Charity. Sorry. And we got reports that it actually had about 50 needles disposed in it, so it is being used, and we're working with the health department, so they're going to empty it, and it's a valuable contribution, they said. Yeah.
Your second one is in the health department also.
The Belmont
Oh yeah.
You might mention them.
Yeah, Belmont College helped us. They had pre-made ones that we borrowed, and then we sanded them down. We had some places paint it and work on it, and those ones they're going to use for indoors, whereas the one we raised money for, about 2,000, around that ballpark, we placed outside. So they'll take the inside one, they'll transport the outside bins, needles into the inside one, and then they'll take it into their building, and then they'll analyze it. So,
And they'll use it inside the building too, I think.
and they'll use it inside the building, I think.
Okay, so you're done. You're good.
All right, at least thank you.
Trevor, can you come up for the color guard, please?
May the audience please rise for the retirement of the colors. Color guard. Retire the pillar. Please salute. Two.
It's fine. We can stand and
Please.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for all of you guys for joining us in celebrating Sebastian Steele's achievements. We are proud of his accomplishments and look forward to his future contributions.